So for your makwa baby, you're trying maybe the next 2 to 3 minutes. Then you be shasi. Ti makwaba. Thank you very much for being on this platform. Thank you very much. In the next 2 to 3 minutes, you be shasi. You can eat, but something came up and we had to attend to it. BBC and say iti ho dwuma nti momfa nkyɛ sɛ yɛntumi amma exactly 8 no. Da foforo bɛbɔ yɛ ho mmɔden. Nti akyɛ by 9 o'clock na yɛ free ha. Nti aba yɛ mo akɔ aba yɛ mo atena aseɛ. Desua adeɛ, knowledge is a product. Knowledge is expensive. Problems in bebree wɔ hɔ a betumi ehura atra when you have the right knowledge. Mistakes in bebree wɔ hɔ a betumi overcome when you have the right knowledge. If you must say experience is the best teacher, maybe. But normally bebree wɔ hɔ a ɔyɛ wadwin sɛ ɔbɛ experience ya ebedi real progress ɔbɛkyɛ. But you can also benefit from other people's experience, and it will come to you as knowledge. So that baby and nipa ni drew and or no, and or ye mistake, you don't have to make the same mistake. I think that's wisdom. Sanity. I think that's wisdom. Nti yɛho akwaba. And a nice topic, intimacy and communication in marriage, and intimacy in marriage. Of course, 90% of human beings are serious, including Ghanaians, yɛbɛware. Ti onya nware kra na nimiso wo da yeso sɛ brebi bedura sɛ ba sɛ bema obenya ho kani ene natena. Nti enu nti ne yɛ de yɛyi wa ware nso a what nkomo ya yɛbedi no betimi afa no ma afimu bɛboa afi no atoto no ma yi de yɛ no wa ha no bia obi o wa onhu eboa eso. And I tell you, you can pay thousands of cedis to get what we are giving here for free. The owaha nyanto wase have the idea to come and learn. Yen so ye de betimi ayaboa ye nuano no ne ye manfo no. Yen so ye de betimi aye no. Ti mpendodo a ye ti adwum ne esua ade no betumi aboa ama ye nyina ye duru. Anti ye baha with all humility, you want to be serious here. Of course, life we here for comedy. Yeah, as resem. Yeah, for educational purpose. Ti me fa akonya iso akase o hana follow me o TikTok abesrese after video you follow. A lot of materials so things over 30 videos so far. 30 videos and counting YouTube ebe browser. You will be on Instagram, you will be on Facebook. Kusua ade. Na usua ade normal bebree ho a obe huratra. Believe me. Lot of problems and majority of the people are having, it will not be a problem for you. And you thank me for that. Earn proper education. We are investing time here. We are investing money here. As you can see. And and it's all nyina yɛ ni bɛba yɛ ho so. Na afei yɛtumi atoto ayie na yɛ awareɛ ayie. Intimacy. I say Genesis 2:24 say senti na obe na omienu deda adagya. Obe man na yire na won ani ewu. Intimacy in knowledge is not given. Intimacy in knowledge is not given. You have to work for it. You have to work for it. Only will be a dinkomo. Maybe as singles many time me number program be 1,200 questions you should ask before you marry your partner. And no different. But now if I say a casafa intimacy, I feel na be real relationship my beboam. Who mother than so a beboam. You live and you cleave. So senti no bema be jana eja. Living. Nene na hono no akobata na yere ho cleaving. Ti living na yedim no a wedding no. And nipan be brethren say wedding is marriage. Wedding is an event. Marriage is a process. It's for a lifetime. So that is what it is. And you can wed, but it doesn't mean you marry. The one till honasia. Obey mistakes be brave. And your wedding doesn't mean it will translate into marriage. It doesn't mean that. Your wedding doesn't mean you have to know that they are two different things. You wed, then you marry. Now, answer na be marry no. You don't marry as a boy. You marry as a man. And you have to marry as a matured person. You can't a matured person. And your person obi or your bema, you can be 40 years and still be a boy. You can be 20 years and be a man. Ejina said you was yatete wadwen. Ne said you one man ho kwan say yemfa wo fantiti mu. And the be kire say wo ye a man. Ndi aware matured people, a man, your boys there. And even I dare say for all relationship. Now a man also feminine. You have to be a wife to marry. Of course, the man will be a bit me a no man be brew. Our real maybe and one basic things. But all there's no time for you to learn those things. By the time you get inside the marriage, you should be ready as a wife. Semi ko di be man sika. Okotoka mame. And girlish normal. If you have that orientation or the quality in maybe no your problem. Because you be the mother of children. You be the mother to the man. So you should put yourself in a place you are prepared. You are prepared to do the work. The back or me mama nya mature on the say you on the yire problem aduane or say only boys and ne bufu osi wondidi. What is unya nru aware. Unya nru aware akakakra. Be it me making funny sounds. Minni. Mini. And it's a problem. I can say there's a difference between wedding and wedding. When say you share weddings almost so nadia. But wedding, just an event. But I think say wedding and kasano, as you know it, should also lead to the wedding. Say as I say nadia yes so nadia mienu abu. And in this case, no bane bema ho asem na yeka. Inti die etie no. Na ya can say you must be a wife to be married. In your mentality, in your creativity, and in your ideas. Ti bra oye ba opeso oware no. You should make sure that you are matured. It's only man and wife na betimi create intimacy ye ka ho asem. Ba ko yeso nko ye ka ho asem. Boy and a girl create intimacy because you need some level of maturity to be able to do that. You need some level of maturity to be able to do that. Intimacy is not about sex. It is closeness. It is emotional bonding between husband and wife. It is relational. Team Pempi, no. Intimacy the benipan be bradwimu ye na munhyiamudie sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse the nipan be bradwimu no. But intimacy goes beyond that. It's about bonding. It is about bonding. Ayonkofa. Go into details. Because betim no be elder have sex, but no one know anything about you. And that's not what we are talking about here. Getting to know each other, the person in question, getting to know each other. That's what we mean by intimacy. And then Pempi, sex, especially of course, for a married person, couple, sex is part of intimacy. But for our dating, courting, immediately you start kissing and doing those things, you lose yourself. Even there will be no space for you to bond, for you to be intimate, for you to be relational. Because anytime be ambitious, be ano, but the person in question, do you know him? The person in question, do you know her? It is when you know somebody on a deeper level, that's where the intimacy can come in. When you can second guess somebody's behavior and actions, predict somebody's behavior and action, that shows that you know the person. That shows that you know the person. And the intimacy, no, nipan bebre or intimacy namunshem bi sexual intercourse. That's why I'm not explaining why a lot of people don't have sexual satisfaction in sexual intercourse, because you have to get to know the person deep, at a deeper level, before that bonding can happen in the marriage. And the one had the air can be na fi shannon so. So what see ya a bebo my casa single somewhere when I have the time, maybe in our subsequent videos. 1,200 questions you should ask the person you are dating and you are courting. Now, also a miss out. It is a structure. It's a process of building intimacy so that you know the person you are marrying. A structure, a choir or faso. Now, one who nipa na person in it, because if you are not careful, you marry a stranger. And when you marry a stranger, your life will be in danger. And there will be no intimacy between the two of you because you don't know yourself. You don't know each other. or sena or ye honam kro, to be one flesh is a very high level of relationship where you almost your thoughts are like the thoughts of the person. Why almost 90% identical. It's not achieved on a silver platter. It's not achieved on a silver platter. Somebody is asking, but what if by the time you marry the person, you don't enjoy sex with them? Sex is a process. It's a level of intimacy. It's a level of intimacy. When you get to know yourself, you decide how the sex will go. Sex is touch. Sex is communication. And that's what it is. Most of the time, no, we jump the gun and we don't follow. It's a process. Sex is not an event, it's a destination. And the more you get to know yourself, the more you have even fantastic sexual relation. But if you don't know yourself, you think you are doing something for the other, but the other person is not there. The other person is not there. So the point you are making here is that sex is part of intimacy, but sex is not intimacy. And we have different levels of enjoyment. We have different levels of enjoyment when it comes there. So your goal here in this class is that you have to understand what intimacy is all about, and it will help you a lot. So Yakas, a man is permitted to learn on the job, but not the woman. To oba, you should be a wife, not a woman. If you are not a wife and you come as a woman, there will be problem. The man can learn on the job, but you, the wife, you can't do that. It will create chaos and problem. So the goal of the marriage is not only about sex, it's about one flesh. It's about one flesh. When you argue so much in marriage, it means you are married, but you are not intimate. Our from finances, from communication, from parenting, problem upon problem. It means there is no intimacy. There is no intimacy. So always fighting. You didn't get time to study each other. You didn't get time to know each other. And that's what the problem is. Intimacy is two hearts beating as one. It's a beautiful thing. Two hearts, different hearts, beating as one. Two hearts beating as one. That's intimacy. That is intimacy. So no be go out. Have you even let me no be go out? Have you even let me give you the 200 questions at the appropriate time? If I have the time, maybe you do it in series. We'll do it in series, but who he or she attended. We were saying a more platform, so and if I do saying a business question, I will go out with a lady or a boy. So, which primary school did you attend? I say it's not really important. You never know. Don't underestimate any question. The subject he loved and why. Subject be pan and not pay. Now I didn't know a subject. You have to know the teacher he loved and why. Oko school, no primary, secondary school, university, and all others baby oko school be a subject be pan or pay. Now I didn't teacher need be pan and not pen asem. and adintra. And you get to know the person on a deeper level. The number of siblings he has. Ninuanom yesay. Na otoso se on the edikech and on the dikan no otoso say. To give you an idea about nipa na nam no. Na adwene wo. The best friend. Why not the best friend? Why no na down for pa? Na adinti no afa ne sa down for. It will give you an idea about how the person thinks and what the person values. And it will give you an insight. Ebema wadwene afa said you see and normal. And a normal assumable. What's his best food? Aduane be na eye ne de. Wada hospital da. Wada hospital be 1 week da. Yare be na de na koto ho. O see anu na ka se o no maduro bi. Keep asking these questions. We all cry questions in we also repeat. We are talking about structures or ways to build intimacy. Questions in we also repeat. Kopim say, who say, or you're consistent in the answers he or she is giving. Oh, last time we saw also school was all corporate tech. I do chrome. The next day, we saw also say, also a quachimota. The first day, we saw also a communicus. The next day, we saw also a syntrosis. There is something missing. There's something missing, and you have to pay attention to it. I just say nipa na netina no credi any baby. It will be, if there's no truth, it will be difficult to build intimacy. So your spiritual intimacy, what the beliefs in it saying, you have to know. Sorry, and on your sorry. It's not about so sorry and our sorry here, but you have to know the person. Intellectual intimacy. On a book ben wakan. No ma ben na nije ho. Ono de any football. Man you chess in kwa and o book bi okan. Odine din komo adwene woni trimu. Ete say. Adwene nyini intellectually. Are you intimate? Is there Nipan Bibriohwa, there are some discussions you can have with them, which is you have to settle with that. Financial intimacy. Ntiasia office kasem ho etesay. Ono ntiasia ense unyeska or so di na esu or redeem and say. You have to know. Physical intimacy, romance, affection, touching. Yeah, your Lord be a friend THHK. Touch, hold, hug, and kiss. And rest at the Sacra say we are talking for married people. At least as a couple, you should touch at least 50 times a day. There should be so many opportunities to do this. And when you avail yourself and you take advantage of it, you can do it. And more yes and more way no. Eboama more build intimacy. What someone wants in a special way. Abontin suni and wase. And the kakra yaken in Nipan baby home musu so more so be worried whether dating or courting. But they have no idea about it. Even so aware, it's a mystery to them. They have no idea about it. Maybe marriage ceremony will come to maybe with a wedding, but the only person I can answer is just an event. It's a one-time thing, and the fact that you are having a great wedding means nothing most of the time, as far as the proper marriage is concerned. But the young say nipan bebree they focus on the wedding than the marriage. To you are worried, but in kuyi, but on care because to her or to him no when you great marriage. It's not like that. The marriage itself is what happens after the wedding. So I think you should pay attention. to it. We should pay attention to it. Enemies of intimacy. I mean, you will be running up very soon. Because unforgiveness. Say, oh, you will be our own team for bonnet chan, as own team for a man for bonnet no my inch or my uncle. Because there will be many occasions and situations you have to let go. Many occasions and situations that you have to let go. That you have to let go. Bitterness, dear. Yes, you have to forgive. What do you mean by cheating? What do you mean by cheating? If she cheats and you are not comfortable, maybe you are talking about infidelity. To say you are called your mind, and I believe that in this case you are talking about marriage. Yeah. You decide. That's your decision. If you don't want to live with him, you move on. It's like that. But most of the time, if the issue are not the one doing the actually, to normal, yeah, of course, nipa. I mean, we are talking about forgiveness. Forgiveness. There's no abuse. Yeah, one can say yanchro. Do what time. Yes, canon. Those petty things are your life is not at stake. And if it happens in relationship, I mean it depends on what we are talking about. Is it wronging you with infidelity or what? It will depend. Depending on the offense, But generally, you should have a tender heart in marriage. Say Norman Bibliowa is forgivable. And you should be in the place you should be okay to let go a lot of things. And I could cry bitterness. When fight happens in the relationship, fight like you are hitting the head or I want to let's say somebody is asking when there's a fight in the relationship, what do you do? So, is there abuse? Is it the man beating the woman or the woman beating the man? Or arguments? So if we come clean on that, I think you will be able to. Misunderstanding. If you get time, Kobe, watch my video. I think Conflict and Love. I think it's on YouTube. Or yeah. At times, conflict is a way the person should register. It's registering disagreement or his disagreement or agreement. Yes, most more person not natural. So conflict is not bad. I mean, generally, but depends on how you handle it. Because we are talking about intimacy. The person wants to commit his life to you or her life to you. So you should know a lot of things about you. And if you are hiding a lot of things about yourself now on your comfortable now, it depends on the case we are dealing with. But generally, misunderstanding happens in marriage too. But the way you handle it, that's what is the key thing. Communication is key with the misunderstanding and trust. And I think trust is built over time. So it will depend on the situation and what it is. And at times you have to spend time together. Spend time together to the best of your ability. Talk. Or say, I don't know how to talk. Some people are quiet by nature. We understand you. We say, I don't know how to start the conversation. Some people are sanguine, they talk. But some people are phlegmatic and maybe melancholy. Kasan and massa. But to have an intimate relationship, you have to have intimate talking time and even have time together. Have time together. You have to talk. You have to talk. You must have time together as a couple. You have to talk. You have to talk. If you are not the talking type, my mentor will clue be. By all means, you have to find a time and talk with your wife in the course of the day, whether staying together or alone. And if you are that type now, you are not the talking type. List about 5 things that you want to talk to your wife about or your partner about, and list them. Write them if you have to write them, or use your phone note. Write them 1, 2, 3. These are the things I'll talk to my wife about. So that when you bring up the conversation, you have something to talk. You have something to talk about. If you are not the talking type, plan ahead. Because you have to talk. Because we are not spirit beings. And we are human beings living in the house. So there should be a way that we talk together as a couple, as a partners, or in because when you talk, we know what you are going through, what you are thinking, what is bothering you, what can issues to be resolved, and feeling. We plan together, we build affection. They are all there. So if you don't talk, how will people know what you are going through? So even if you are the phlegmatic or the melancholy, maybe the choleric and the sanguine, because it's an integral this thing as far as intimacy is concerned, you should find a way and talk. And for phlegmatic and melancholy and people who stammer, who the talking doesn't come naturally, there should be a way out. And I've suggested that you take a piece of paper, you write. Be deliberate, maybe 5 3 items. If you want to be clear, you start with 1 item. It will flow out. You have to be creative and innovative. We all cry in church. You bring it up, you discuss, then you move on. With time, you get a hold of it, and it will help you very much. So create time, talk. You have to talk. Even if there's nothing to talk about it, you talk, because that's what it is. And create time to talk verbally. We are talking about intimacy here, and I've gone through a lot. Like I said, we always say PA1 almost at a time. Thank you. Always thanking your partner. And I love you using it. If you don't feel it, it doesn't matter. What we are saying is that say it. Say it. Say it is very, very important. Say it. So you communicate verbally. You should be childish. You should be childlike in your relationship with your wife or husband. Not childlike, childish. You should be vulnerable. Of course, there's nothing about you that they should not know. If I don't get your question, if you can come again. So if somebody can know your nakedness, everything about you should be comfortable to share. After all, so don't be keeping secret. Master, it's not easy, but master the courage and do that. Master the courage and do that. Let's play. I'm creating Komobe. When they come together, they just come together and play. Omo bunkru. Now omo ye mama and papa. That's the first time they meet and they make it go. Let's be childlike in our play in the home or in the house. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Iguso. If I say normal bit media build this intimacy, spending time together. TV is off. At times you be there, you and your partner, alone, talking. Just be there, alone, talking, cracking jokes and falling on each other. You can't hugging any other. It's a fantastic way to be intimate. Watching movies together, if you are the movie type, you have to watch it together. You should have time to be together. Very, very important. Learn about marriage. They said you know. For any DHR. For any ADHR. And yet, petre, excuse me for using this word. Yes, childish, but you have to be childlike. But childish, what is the quality? What is the quality of information? What's the quality of what books are they reading? Research actually say if you have any level of success in marriage, at least before marriage, you should read 20 books on marriage. And in panel, your behavior will express the state of your mind, the quality of information you are consuming by the subject. And he say oba no anabema no or no unsuashwe onim de ekwa. You can't expect much from him or her, from her, if I can put it that way. And it's not like on grow if he's willing to grow or big grow. But if maybe in here maybe you have to move on. But it's important, even about intimacy, you have to learn about the marriage. You have to meet the needs of each other. And how can you meet the person's need? If you don't know somebody, if you don't know somebody at the intimate level, how can you meet the person's need? That's why I was saying that sexual relation and intercourse, it boils down to knowing the person and be talking. Because at the end of the day, you may think that you are, and you should not even think in intimacy, no. So you don't even in sexual intimacy, especially for marriage couples. You don't do it, say be a media coin now, unsatisfy me. Even in sexual relation, you have to find a way and meet the needs of each other. Both the man and the wife. That should be the goal. That should be the goal. Kobe, I'll come back to your question. So, words of affirmation in here. Respect. The idea in here, ma paye. Respect. In here, my respect. In here, my protection. Kobe said, how can we communicate when misunderstanding happens? It depends on what is causing that misunderstanding. It depends. But you say, Obi Obeba, the marriage table should come with a clean heart and a clean hands. Because the person, love is precious. The person is trusting everything or is everything to you. So you can't take the person for granted. To misunderstanding, it has a root. And most of the time, you see that it's a problem of intimacy. She and the no bisan questions. Na you beba na said your pel no man, na pel where you inquire. Na much so why. Because I think some of them it will avoid a lot of future misunderstanding. But Ebia say, oh, you're okay with Nipa so you're okay with you. The goal is that you have to meet the needs of each other. You don't go there to meet your needs. You go there to meet the needs of each other. That's the goal. Until the misunderstanding, no, it may be the root of the problem is what we are addressing now. The root of the problem is what we are addressing now. Okay, the root of the problem is what we are addressing now. And I think I would like to end here. We have a lot of things to study. I think this is our second live. The last live, I've uploaded it on my YouTube channel. You can subscribe. This one, so we upload it there so that we can watch it over and over again. Let's learn. So I've one now, and yes, simple, sir. We could pay for marriage counseling. Research I we say toy reading. Information I to condense it into this form, no, you have no idea. And maybe if you go for maybe counseling is thousands of Ghana cedis. I believe that there's also a value we can create for our people, so that they can also take it. That's what we, maybe that's also our community work, or the work we have for the community, if I can put it that way. Don't trivialize it. You know what we are talking about, and we know the value of what we are talking about. Don't trivialize it at all. Oh, yes, I mean, so if you may encourage you, if you join later, go back. I'll upload it maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'll upload it on YouTube at the appropriate time. Then go and subscribe to the channel so that you can watch the full thing. Then you take points, you take notes. That's how. In fact, don't worry, and can say be a drew and say no. Prepare yourself well, so that Odruma, of course, mistakes in the Bible so better, and you can manage it well. As I'm about to end, so our question be more platform so still. I think maybe in the next few minutes. So our question be, as far as nkomo ayedi obetimi abisa na me wa nu ya me ya no in the next 3 minutes or so. Na afi yede dwumadie ni nyina eba wiye ti sanet ye me ma the next 3 minutes. It's a question be or join me later. Best upload the video no or YouTube and you call follow your life will never be the same. Here, sorry, but I can promise you that you get value. Have you own follow or Instagram follow, TikTok follow, YouTube subscribe, Facebook DH3 videos in Bibri Hosa. I believe I know because we have done research, you have read well, you know what we are talking about, and even TikTok you can, apart from live videos, there are 40 videos also on different topics. They are in a brief part. You can learn a lot from there. Maybe 9-10 I'll be signing out. For the next 2 minutes, may train. Say question be or why. Famra. Na fi yamfa dwumadie ne nyina. Emra question be or why famra. Yamfa dwumadie ne nyina anya de. Emra na wie. For your tremor. Say be or why tremor. Say be or why. can be a while. Yeah, train. Bebree. Sɛ na mogye brɛ. Na afei, yɛn nyinaa yɛabom na yɛasua adeɛ. Maka sɛ platform yi so nyɛ for entertainment. Ɛyɛ for education. And yɛba ha asua adeɛ bebree. Friday bi yɛbɛhyia wɔ ha. Sɛ nkwa wɔ hɔ na baabi yɛwɔ no network no yɛ kama. Yɛbɛhyia na afei yɛasua adeɛ. Kɔpem sɛ awareɛ nyinaa bɛyie. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, madam. Yeah, thank you very much, Damas.